The sun bathed their garden in gold. Yet for the young couple, the warmth was a hollow comfort. They stared at their hands, interlaced and trembling with an unspoken dread. They had wealth, health, and each other, but the shadow of tomorrow loomed large. What if the sun stopped shining? What if the gold turned to dust? This fear of the inevitable hardship consumed their peace. Desperate to shield their joy forever, they climbed the rugged hills to find the wise old man. He looked into their restless eyes and handed them a map. "Travel the world," he whispered. "Find a couple who has never known a single moment of sorrow. Take a piece of cloth from the husband's shirt, and your joy will be eternal." They set off at dawn, their hearts fueled by hope. Their first stop was the governor's palace, a monument of marble and silk. Surely, here, sorrow was a stranger. But the governor only laughed, a hollow, bitter sound. "We have power that moves mountains, and gold that fills vaults," he sighed, looking at his empty halls. "But we have no children to inherit it. Our legacy is a silent house." Disappointed, the couple pressed on, their feet growing dusty. They reached a bustling city and found a home vibrating with the laughter of many children. But as the sun dipped low, the husband wiped sweat from his brow, his face lined with exhaustion. "The children are my soul's joy," he muttered. "But the noise never ends, and the cost of bread leaves us no peace at night." Months turned into seasons. They traversed scorching deserts and treacherous mountain passes, knocking on every door from opulent villas to humble shacks. They sought the myth of the perfect life, but found only the reality of the human condition. Every person they met carried a hidden weight. For some, it was a lack of wealth. For others, the slow fading of health, or the heavy burden of family strife. The map grew tattered in their hands, and the cloth they sought seemed like a ghost, always vanishing just as they reached for it. They began to see that the world was not a collection of happy and sad people, but a tapestry of souls, all struggling to stay afloat. One afternoon, under a vast, unyielding sky, they found a shepherd sitting on a dry patch of earth. Beside him were his wife and child, sharing a simple crust of bread. They were laughing, a sound so pure it stopped the travelers in their tracks. The child played with a small lamb, oblivious to the heat. The couple approached, their voices trembling with a final hope. "Are you the happiest couple on earth?" they asked. The shepherd looked up, his eyes reflecting the infinite horizon. "The king in his castle, surrounded by guards and jewels, is far more miserable than we are," he replied with a serene smile. Eagerly, the husband reached for the shepherd's tattered shirt, explaining their quest for the sacred scrap of cloth. But the shepherd gently shook his head. "I own only this one shirt," he said softly. "It is all I have to cover my back. If I give you a piece, I will have nothing left to wear." In that moment, the search ended. The couple looked at the shepherd's single shirt and then at each other. They returned to the wise man, their faces weathered but their eyes clear for the first time. "We found no perfect happiness," the husband admitted, "for everyone carries a cross. I learned that true peace comes only from seeking the pleasure of God." The wife smiled, her hand resting in his. "And I learned that happiness is not a destination we reach. It is built daily by being thankful for what we have and practicing patience when trials arise." They no longer feared the shadows, for they had discovered the secret. Contentment is not found in the world, but kept within the heart.